you should give more credence to this number 9. You should be involved in some form of health-related activity that will inspire you. It could be Tai Chi, it could be Qigong, it could be the martial arts, okay? It could be a form of dance, all right? But those people who are born in the 9th month of this year, definitely you need to do that. Now, if you are born on the 9th day of the month, and you are between the age of 28 and 55, you definitely need to have a program that allows you to raise not only the energy level within your body, but also you should be involved in something that will raise your awareness, increase your consciousness. Remember, going back to the number 11 of 2009, this is a year to have knowledge. This is a year to be in the knowing. This is not a time for belief. This is a time for knowledge. This is time for knowledge that is based on what you can verify and a true reference point. Okay? Now, let's move on to the year 2010. When we take the numbers 2010 and we say we have 2, 0, 1, and 0, we add those numbers together and they delineate to what we call the number 3. The number 3, very interesting vibration, because the transition from 11 to 3 will be a bit shocking for some people. Why? Because there's a drop. There's a drop in the conscious level. However, the number 3 is a very energetic, versatile vibration. With the number 3, people will become more vocal. Okay? People will want to write. So if you're a person who has writing skills, this is a time for you to really to go ahead and to exercise your writing skills with your unique ability to analyze. Okay? People will analyze a great deal in 2010 what they are experiencing. The number 3 is the number of experiences. It is also the number that deals with trials, tribulations, and tragedies. Okay? The number 3 also warns us not to scatter ourselves. The number 3 is also a very fiery and a very emotional number. So if you are a person who is very emotional, and if you're a person who was born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th, you may want to look at right now in terms of what you can do to calm and settle those fiery energies. Use the creative process by which you can make those vibrations work for you and not against you. And I will repeat that. Make those vibrations begin to work for you and not against you. In terms of emotions, you know, emotions are very powerful. I remember being in corporate America back in the 70s, and anybody who was emotional in the corporate setting back then was tagged an over-emotional person who could not work well in corporate America. Well, now the social scientists and the social thinkers at the think tanks have changed the tone of that. Now they're finding that people who have very high and very strong emotions can succeed far better in the society because of the creativity and the analytical abilities that are needed to make quick and decisive decisions that can enhance the bottom line of a corporation. Now, not to go off on a tangent about corporations in the 70s, but since you are a person with this number 3, and that the whole vibrational tone that is set for 2010 will be the number 3, bear in mind you want to keep a composure about yourself, and you do not want to allow yourself to become so scattered that you're unable to accomplish any meaningful purposes during that particular cycle. Now, to look at the number 3 cycle a little bit deeper, the tragedy that I spoke about can come through the number 3 with the loss of the need to be able to focus your attention at any particular given time. If your mind is wandering too much, you need to learn how to meditate. You need to learn how to concentrate on yourself. You need to go within. The accident rate or accidental rate on the highways will definitely increase in the year of 2010. The number 3 is very, very accident prone. The letters of our English alphabet system that corresponds with the number 3 are the letters C, L, and U. Now, if you're a person who has let's say has 3 or more 3s in your name, the C, the L, or the U in your name, then you want to take heed right now to sort of get a better handle on your emotions so that you will not fall victim, okay, to any accidental situations that can come across. Now, I spoke of earlier about number 3 corresponding to fire, okay? Another tragedy that can beset society will be fires. Okay? Pay attention to, especially children, handling electrical apparatuses. Okay, outlets, irons that are faulty, any faulty wiring in the household. You may want to have that checked, because if it's not checked, it can cause some fires. And things can happen very quickly under the number 3. That's the one thing about the number 3. The energy is very sporadic and can also be very erratic. Okay, so there's no placement as to say how it's going to exactly happen. But when it happens, it can be very erratic and it can be very fiery with a lot of emotions involved in it. And these emotions can lead to tragedies. Okay? Now, a little bit more about the number 3. The number 3 also has much to do with the third eye. Okay? Now, the number 3 also has a lot to do with anxiety, especially in terms of dealing with the number 12 and the number 21. Okay? Those numbers are the vibrations that can bring on anxiety attacks or panic attacks. The sense of feeling like you're going to die. The sense of feeling like you're not bringing enough air into your body. Know this: if people on a collective basis are experiencing anxiety attacks, it's because they are not being allowed to creatively express who they are in a society which now likes to control creativity. Okay? Another aspect to know about the number 3 is music. Let's bring back the real music. Let's bring back the real musicians. Let's bring back the real DJs. Okay? So that our people can have a true experience of creativity that will change the course